Brad Pitt opens up on joining the Deadpool franchise, and why exactly he agreed to join in the first place, considering he was just a glorified cameo. Well, it's a personal tale. So I think most of you know this by now, but Brad Pitt was originally pitched and they even made concept art for him to play Cable. But in the final cut of the film, he ended up being electrocuted when he played a member of X-Force called Vanisher. And that was one of those surprising cameos because a lot of people wondered how exactly did Deadpool 2 land Brad Pitt, considering his asking price is, well, a lot more than what they afforded any of the Deadpool films. Well, in a recent interview on BBC Radio 1, he talked a little bit about this and how exactly they came to this agreement. And he revealed that it's due to his stunt double, who he met when they were first working together on Fight Club, who he would continue to work with on every project up until about 2004. The stunt double would go on to become a bigger deal, which he said was rare. And finally, he would land into positions where things like Deadpool were opening up for him. So he decided that since he's known this guy who was there with him for so long, that he would enter talks for Deadpool 2. Due to scheduling conflicts and other things going on, and then the asking price, he couldn't do the extensive role for Deadpool 2, but he agreed to be a cameo, at least as a payback to his friend who was there for him for so long. So yeah, they couldn't necessarily lock him in for Cable, despite that's what they wanted to do, but ultimately he agreed to take on a much smaller role and at least appear in person because, well, I owe you a favor. Thanks for doing all my insane stunts, and I'm glad to see one of my friends get this far up in terms of how popular you got and what you're doing. And if you look at the director's filmography, you'll see he's worked on, like, John Wick, for example, and he's worked on some shorts. He's done some action films, Atomic Blonde, which I love, and most recently he did Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. So clearly, he's still very much, friends with a lot of these actors, and going as far back as the early 90s when he started stunt work. You see how his career quickly just rose and how he ended up making such great action films and how he landed Deadpool 2, and ultimately why Pitt was like, yeah, sure, I'll audition for this and we'll see what happens.